Do you ever wonder why affirmations and law of attraction seems to work for some people but not for everybody? And I know you've probably watched 100 videos on YouTube. There are thousands of them about law of attraction and affirmations, and a lot of them talk about why they don't work. They talk about how our subconscious mind blocks us, but they don't tell us why, and they don't tell us how to fix it. So today I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to use psychology, talk about the different parts in our mind that's actually causing this mental block, this emotional block, and then how we heal those parts of ourselves so that we can have more powerful affirmations. We can use the witch's spells to help us make our lives better. So welcome. Thank you all for joining me today in the forest. I came to the witch's hut. Actually, I don't know who built this. It's been here for a long time, but I just thought it was a really cool place to be and talk to y'all today. We are going to be talking about law of attraction, but we're going to talk about how we apply psychology to it so that we can make it work for ourselves. And I love transactional analysis. I hope you've watched the video I did on Frankenstein where I talk about putting our parts together. And the reason that's so important when it comes to law of attraction is because when they talk about the subconscious part of our minds blocking us, what is that? I believe, and I'm pretty sure, it's that critical parent part. Now, we've talked about this. So the critical parent is the one that's constantly saying, oh, you're not worthy. Oh, you should have done this better. Oh, do better. Always telling us we didn't do good enough and telling us that we're wrong and we'll never achieve what we want to. That's that critical parent. Then we have that adapted child is what it's called. And that inner child is the one that's full of fear and full of anger sometimes, full of frustration, full of doubt. And so, yeah, when we have this critical parent in our mind and we have this adaptive child feeling so bad, of course we can't manifest what we want, and our affirmations aren't working because they are blocked by these psychological parts of our brain. So what do we do about that? Well, the thing with this critical parent in all of our parts is that they want to be heard. And that's the biggest thing. I know the whole fake it till you make it concept, but if you don't listen to that critical parent, it's going to keep on going. And see, we need to understand that that critical parent has a role. And its role, it thinks it's helping you. It thinks that it's going to motivate you to do better. So it criticizes you. What it doesn't realize is it's doing the exact opposite. It's demotivating you because that adapted child is like, oh, I really can't do it. That critical parent said I can't do it, and we're not using those terms usually. But when you get used to these ideas, it kind of becomes second nature to you. But you learn to identify when that critical parent is doing it. So you listen to that critical parent and understand that that critical parent is doing the best it can. And once you allow that critical parent to do its job, then we, the adult part of us, can say to that critical parent, okay, I've heard you. Thank you for voicing your opinion. We're going to take it from here. It's okay. We're going to take it from here. And so that critical parent will suddenly kind of calm down. It'll relax because it doesn't have to keep fighting anymore. It doesn't have to keep telling that, inner child it needs to do better, And once you've tamed that critical parent, then we can look at that adapted child that's full of fear and full of frustration and self-doubt. And that is where the nurturing parent comes in. And when we can tap into that nurturing parent can let that inner child know that it's safe, that everything is okay, that there's nothing to be afraid of. Once we heal. So that's the thing, is like, it's not always fake it till you make it. It's almost like heal it till you make it. You have to heal these parts of our inner subconscious because they are the ones that are changing our energy and we don't even realize it. So you're healing that inner child that's the adaptive part. Here's where it gets really fun. And this is something that people don't talk about. I don't know why. I love these ideas. When we talk about infusing those spells, infusing those affirmations with positive feelings, here's where that playful inner child comes in. That playful inner child is the one who feels all that a positive emotion. It's that playful child that gets excited, that is looking for fun, knows it can do it. And what I want to encourage you to do is when you're practicing your law of attraction practices, practicing your affirmations, and you're visualizing, don't just visualize yourself in the new house or in the new car or at the beach. Envision your playful inner child. Now, I know it sounds corny as could be, but I'm telling you it works. Imagine that inner child being in that big house where it is playing. Maybe there's a park in the back. This inner child is just so happy. It's in the new car with all the new gadgets. It's having a great time. Let that inner child, that playful inner child, really be in the moment, be in that affirmation, be in that vision. And that is where those emotions that they talk about come from. And that's where it gets so strong. So then you can have that nurturing parent help nurture that inner child that's playful and teach it the affirmations that it needs to know, and that it can feel comfortable, and it can encourage that inner child to say, yes, I can do it. Yes, this is ours. Yes, this is awesome. And it's when that happens, when you have that nurturing parent helping that playful inner child, and you're in your adult state, and that's when you're directing all of this. When you have the consciousness to direct these subconscious parts, then you become a powerful director. You become the one who's able to cast these spells. You can hear the birds, they're excited about it. I'm manifesting the birds crowing at me for impact. So I hope you enjoy that. I hope that helps you in your law of attraction practice, and when you're doing your affirmations, that you can make those spells more powerful, just like the witch taught me how to do. I hope that teaches you that when you have these thoughts that are coming to your mind, keep in mind, I always have that little dream catcher with me, this thought catcher. Take the dream catcher, make it a thought catcher. I have that on my Ko-Fi page. You can go check it out if you want to. It helps me to journal things. So this thought catcher helps me do that when you're having these thoughts come in of fear and doubt. Uh, I'm glad you all joined me here today. Stay tuned because there's one more Halloween video coming up. It's going to be Halloween night. I'm excited. I love Halloween. I'm so glad it's finally here. And then we get into November, and November, of course, is Thanksgiving, and that's all about gratitude. So we're going to be having lots of videos about gratitude, which I love. And also, November 11th will be the 1-year anniversary of my near-fatal medical emergency, and I'm preparing a special video for that day also. So lots of things to look forward to. Again, I'm so glad that you all came to join me here today. Please stay grateful. Please stay kind, and as always, I'm grateful for each and every one of you, and I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day.